and Committee of Supply.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, we were just pitting you with your deputy. Because when you propose a question, you have to read the whole text.
Yes.
When you are putting the question, you have to reread the whole text again. And I was asking maybe the Commonwealth Parliament should look at a new way of just referring to what was proposed rather than having the Speaker to read through.
Unfortunately, that is what is done in the entire Commonwealth jurisdiction.
That is why I said the entire Commonwealth maybe needs to relook into some of these things.
Yes.
And it's also good, Honorable Speaker. You know, yesterday I had the member for Nyandarua County, a member from Nyandarua County. I don't know if she's here, the member for Kipipiri, saying that every time she wants to speak in the House, the leader of majority goes to the Speaker and says, don't allow her to speak. And, you know, in the Commonwealth, there are no such things, Honorable Speaker. And you know, she...
Is she in the House?
She's not in the House, and we should advise her.
Whoever has access to her should tell her that that is not only malicious, but fallacious and defamatory. Because the Speaker cannot be directed by anybody, except
yes,
if you have debates on matters such as constitutional and other matters like private members' bills, and you want specific colleagues that you have discussed with to support your cause, then you pass on your list to the Speaker, not by yourself, through your whips.
yes.
To give the Speaker your wish that these are my priority support team to my process. Otherwise, no member, and if members of my team who sit after me ever entertain that, they'll be out of order.
Honorable Speaker, I hope she's well guided. It is not only malicious, but as you say, fallaciously defamatory to the person of the Speaker and the institution of Parliament. But Honorable Speaker, you must understand, you know, some of these people are not... You see, Jerry Minor, who subscribes to the same ideologies to some extent with her, is in the House. She has proposed a bill that is lined up now today as order number 16. And that is what legislators should be doing. That is how you work. But going to pontificate things in funerals, and I could clearly tell she was speaking from a funeral because I could see clergy behind her. And she was complaining that the county women rep and the member for Kinangop are doing a lot of electrification projects in Kinangop and Kipipiri without involving her. But if you fail in your work, Honorable Speaker, as a member of Parliament, what is the problem with another elected member of Parliament, like the county women rep, doing what you ought to be doing? Jerry Minor, if a member from Kirinyaga NDMP slackens in his or her work, Jerry Minor as a women rep can step in, or a neighboring constituency member of Parliament. So, Honorable Speaker, she was not just fallaciously malicious to the person of the Speaker and the majority leader, Honorable Speaker, but also disparaging this House because you do not work under anybody's directions. Neither do I have time to come and guide you on who to speak. Even me, when I want to speak, I just request here to speak, and you offer me the chance. And at times I have sought to intervene, and you have denied me a chance.
Yes.
And that is the way it is. So let us, in this new session, be as diligent as Njeri Maina is being here today, and all these members. This particular member has not even showed up. This is the third sitting. She is not here. How do you speak when you're in a funeral somewhere and not in the House? Honorable Speaker, allow me to get back to this.
Honorable members, majority leader, you know, you pass laws here. I want to encourage you to not only read the laws you pass, but know them. I was embarrassed recently at a funeral where a member stood up and very viciously attacked a university council for conducting interviews to recruit a vice chancellor. Yet you passed a law here and said the vice chancellor of a university is recruited by Public Service Commission. And you know, when you say things like those, you embarrass not only yourself, but the institution of Parliament. If you pass a law, try to remember what it says. Go on, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And I now beg to move that pursuant to the provision of Standing Order 97-1, this House orders that each speech in a debate on the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on budget estimates contemplated under Standing Orders 239 and 240 be limited as follows. 1, on general supply debate, a maximum of 3 sitting days with 30 minutes for the mover in moving and 15 minutes in replying, a maximum of 15 minutes for each of the chairpersons of the departmental committees, and a maximum of 10 minutes for any other member speaking, except the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, who shall be limited to a maximum of 15 minutes each, and that priority in speaking be accorded to the leader of the majority party, the leader of the minority party, and the respective chairpersons of the departmental committees in the order that they appear in the second schedule to the standing orders. And 2, in committee of supply, a maximum of 6 sitting days for the consideration of the proposed allocations to the respective votes and programs in the order specified in the schedule submitted by the Budget and Appropriations Committee. And Honorable Speaker, I beg to move. And Honorable Speaker, as I move, that is important again to note, because you will note, Honorable Speaker, during committee of supply, chairpersons are given each chairperson 15 minutes, each of the departmental committee chairpersons. But Honorable Speaker, again, you will note, during committee of supply, you will hardly find any of these chairs in the House. And I think, now I hear the member for the chairman for the CII committee saying that he's present. We want him to be present during committee of supply and to speak for 15 minutes to issues, or rather to the votes being supplied during committee of supply, because many a times, Honorable Speaker, chairs of the departmental committees are usually not in the House. We shall be noting very soon, during BPS and after, any chair of a departmental committee who is not present does not deserve to be a chair of that committee. It doesn't, because that is the most important business in the House on budget making. And if you are not there to budget for your committee, then the state departments you are oversighting, what will you be oversighting if you are not there to appropriate for them? Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I want to encourage chairs, if you are not available because of other commitments, please make sure your vice chair is there during committee of supply. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I beg to move, and I want to request the Honorable Harrison Kombe, Magarini Constituency Member of Parliament, to second.
Mwalimu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I do second.
I beg to second. Say, I beg to second.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I beg to second.
Well done. You are out of order. Once a motion has been moved, Bowen, and seconded, the only logical follow-up is proposing the question. There can't be anything out of order. Honorable members, I now propose the question at order number 10, which is that, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 971, this House orders that each speech in a debate on the report of the Budget and Appropriations Committee on Budget Estimates contemplated under Standing Orders 239 and 240 be limited as follows. General supply debate, a maximum of 3 sitting days with 30 minutes for the mover in moving and 15 minutes in replying, a maximum of 15 minutes for each of the chairpersons of the departmental committees, and a maximum of 10 minutes for any other member speaking, except the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party, who shall be limited to a maximum of 15 minutes each, and that priority in speaking be accorded to the leader of the majority party and the leader of the minority party,